Assalamu alaikum students, how are you? I am Ahsan Abdullah Patel. In this video I will discuss about triangles. So triangle is a very basic figure and you might have studied this shape around from like when you were 2 years old or 3 years old, but we have something to discuss when you are now 15 to 16 years old or you are doing O levels or intermediate or any other exam. So we will discuss some ins and outs of triangle. So first of all, I would like to tell you that triangle has three corners, that A, B, C, that we may call vertices of a triangle, that has corners. Vertices are also known as corners. The side opposite to vertex A is basically side small a, the side opposite to vertex B is small b, and the side opposite to vertex C is small c. The angle formed at A is basically angle between B and C. The angle formed at B is basically between A and C, and the angle formed at C is basically angle between A and B. You must know that the sum of the angles of any triangle is always 180 degree. Okay? If you add up angle A and angle B, you may get the exterior angle of angle C. So basically, what is exterior angle of C? If we drag down this line, so the angle formed outside the triangle will be known as exterior angle of C, like this exterior angle of A, like this exterior angle of B. So whenever we add A plus B, it will give us exterior angle of C. If we add angle B plus angle C, it will give exterior angle of A. If we add angle A and angle C, it will give exterior angle of B. So some basic points you must know, that if angle A is greatest, then the side A will also be greatest. If angle B is greatest, then side B should be greatest. If angle C is greatest, then the side C should be greatest. So these were the basic properties you must all know. For now I am discussing some special kinds of triangle. So first of all, we have equilateral triangle, which is also known as a regular triangle. So in an equilateral triangle, all the sides are equal, as well as all the angles are equal, and the angles are of 60 degree, because by adding we must have the sum of 180 degrees. So we know that 60 plus 60 plus 60 is equals to 180 degrees. So therefore one angle should be equals to 60 degree of an equilateral triangle, and all the sides of an equilateral triangle are always equal. Now the next type is isosceles triangle. So in isosceles triangle, we have two sides equal and their opposite angles are equal. For suppose in this diagram we have taken these two sides equal, so the angles opposite to these two sides will always be equal. So for suppose the side opposite to angle A is small a, and the side opposite to angle C is a small c. If these two sides are equal, then their opposite angles must be equal. Here, if A equals to C, then angle A equals to angle C, and same for if A equals to B, then angle A is equals to angle B, and if B is equals to C, then angle B is equals to angle C. That's the property of an isosceles triangle, that if two sides are equal, then their opposite angles must be equal. Now the easiest of the triangle, that is scalene triangle. Nothing is equal, no side is equal, no angle is equal. It is the very easiest of the triangle. So another type is a right triangle, which is also a very interesting. In the right triangle, one angle will always be a 90 degree triangle, and representing 90 degree will always be by this notation, that like a square at the corner. So in a right angle triangle, one angle must be always be 90 degree. So if angle A is 90 degree, so therefore the sum of other two angles must be equal to 90 degree as well, because the sum of other two angles will be exterior angle of A. If the interior angle is 90, now the exterior angle will also be 90, because if this is 90 on the other side of the line, it should also be 90. So if angle A is 90 degree in a right triangle, A is basically the largest side, and by the property of a right triangle that is also known as Pythagoras theorem, you will study later that a square becomes b square plus c square, and a will be known as hypotenuse. If angle b is 90°, the same goes for angle b, that the sum of other two angles will be also be 90°. B becomes the largest, that is hypotenuse, and a is perpendicular to c. You can see in this diagram that if a has 90°, now side b and side c will be perpendicular in this case. And same goes for angle C. If angle C is 90°, then angle A plus angle B is equals to 90°. C will be the largest side, that is hypotenuse in the right triangle. The other two sides are also known as adjacent and opposite, or rather perpendicular and base. We can study these topic in further topic of right angle triangle, that is Pythagoras theorem, studying the trigonometric ratios as well. So now these are the types of triangles. So I think you have you should have a command on these topics. So if you find any problem, you may ask me through commenting or by any other mean, by messaging at my WhatsApp number. So thanks of you, all of you giving me great support. Thank you so much for your support. Allah Hafiz.